In this video, I'm going to be breaking down a method that I use that will make sure that you always wake up on time and you will never ever hit snooze again. So 2 things before I start, because I want to make this as quick as possible. One is that I'm an entrepreneur, and 2, I hate mornings. So I want to wake up every single morning, get as much done as I can, but I hate mornings. It's very hard for me to consistently wake up at 6 when I set my alarm on free days and not want to snooze it. So how can you get rid of this, and how can you always wake up without snoozing? Now, I'm going to do a little diagram here, and this is going to represent, your motivation to wake up and then when you actually wake up. So let's say that this line, this is when you go to bed, right? So this is when you bed, right? So this is when you go to bed. I know it's reversed. I might flip it afterwards, but this is when you go to bed, and then this is when you wake up. And this is your motivation. As you can see, when you go to bed to wake up at 6 a.m., your motivation is highest. Now, when you wake up, your motivation is going to be lowest. Now, we're going to utilize the friction aspect. I don't know exactly what the law is called. If you guys read Atomic Habits, highly recommend it. You basically want to create so much friction to not do what you want to do that you're going to do it, right? So now, if we do another one, this is friction, right? Your friction is going to be lowest. Your friction is going to be lowest when you go to bed, and it's going to be highest when you wake up, right? So when you wake up, right, let's say you set an alarm, you're super tired at 6 a.m. Your motivation to wake up is going to be down here, and your friction is going to be up here. That is not a recipe for success. So how do we get it so that the friction of waking up is basically below your motivation to wake up? And this is the 2-step method that I do. And this, I've never not woken up on time. So all you're going to need is your phone. Everyone has a phone, and you're going to need either a watch, another phone, or just something to wake you up. Something that can basically set an alarm. Now, what you're going to do, and the whole method behind this, is it's basically going to be a 2-step wake up. So number 1 is you're going to use whatever it is you're going to use. Let's say in your bed, you're going to wake yourself up, and then you're going to set another alarm, let's say 1-2 minutes out, on your phone somewhere else that is going to play a terrible noise, right? It's going to play a super loud alarm if you don't get it. So for me, this is a real case. This is what I do. So I set an alarm on my watch for, let's say I wanted to wake up at 6 a.m. So I'm going to set it for 6 a.m. So as you can see, my alarm is set for 6 a.m. Now, what I'm going to do on my phone, I'm recording on my phone, so I can't show it. What I'm going to do on my phone is I'm going to put it in my living room. I'll show you guys how long of a walk it is. I'll put it in my living room, and I'll set it for 6:01. Now, when I wake up on my watch, when it wakes me up, at 6 o'clock, I know I have 1 minute to get out of my bed, to go into the living room and get my phone before it wakes up my family, right? Maybe you're living alone, but before it starts playing a terrible noise in the living room that you can't just sleep through, right? That you can't just continue laying in your bed and let it go away. And the beautiful thing behind this is as soon as you get up, right, your friction is already broken, right? Like you took the friction back down to here. As soon as you get out of bed, you did that first step, and then everything else is going to follow. And then you won't be as tired, right? Maybe you'll try to go to bed, but you won't be able to sleep. And the motivation is so much easier to get stuff done as soon as you break that. So that's really as simple as it gets. You guys can experiment with this. I find it's extremely straightforward. I set it on my watch. I wake up on my wrist. I go outside. I turn off my alarm, and then I can start my routine, right? That's like my flow trigger, right? If you guys, Deep Work by Cal Newport. It's actually right here, right? Deep Work, Cal Newport. Very good book. It explains this. But that's your flow trigger, right? Then you can get into that work. You can never, fall asleep again, whatever that may be. But that is the step process. That is the science behind it. And yeah, I hope you guys got value out of this. If you're an entrepreneur trying to do something like this, I hope that you succeed. I love that you are on this path in what we are today in this world. I hope you guys succeed. Implement this. You will never not wake up again. You will always be productive in the morning. And yeah, with all that being said, stay wise.